It's remote and it's breathtakingly beautiful. It's the North Island of New Zealand's Te Urewera National Park and its magnificent jewel, Lake Waikaremoana. Amidst the stunning natural stage, competitors and race officials are gearing up for the 2012 Genesis Energy Lake Waikaremoana Challenge, mountain biking, kayaking and running in a true paradise. This is a unique touch for a multi-sport race, a welcoming pouwhiri from the Tūhoi iwi. The trophies too are like no other. Each year the Genesis Energy Lake Waikaremoana race attracts the world's best multi-sport athletes to the stunning untouched wilderness, including undefeated champions Richard and Elina Ussher. They'll line up here as reigning world multi-sport champions. If anyone, though, has a chance of knocking Richard Ussher off the top perch, it's this man, Trevor Voyce. Last year, Voyce led Ussher after day one, only to lose the lead and Waikaremoana title on day two. Since then, Voyce won the Adventure Racing World Championships with Team Seagate over a 500-kilometre course in France, while Ussher has grabbed his fifth Spates coast to coast. Veteran woman Rachel Cashin is back in top form after winning the 172-kilometre Motu Challenge last month, along with Jess Simson, who placed second in the internationally contested Godzone Adventure Race at the beginning of 2012. The Genesis Energy Lake Waikaremoana Challenge is a great chance for friends and family to catch up over the 2 days of racing, with dinners, cultural shows and topped off with the stunning race and prize giving. The course may look a little daunting on the map, but once they set off, those thoughts are put to the back of the mind as they race through the spectacular national park, thanks to the generosity of the local iwi.
That's quite a lot.
Tuai is the start and finish for each day's racing. Truly a tranquil place to prepare for and recover from the day's adventures.
Yeah, this year coming back to Waikaremoana for the race, I guess it's always good to come back here. It's one of the bigger races on the calendar each year, and I think the format this year is going to actually make for a much better race. Based up here, the whole time, and slightly shorter run on day one. I think it's going to make it much more appealing to more people, and also with the competitive teams this year, with all the teams targeting a bit of cash, I think that will make the racing a lot more exciting as well.
Some good changes in there, which will make it a bit more achievable for some of the new people coming into the sport, and also a bit more achievable for us. It's the run that's been there for the last 4 years has been a challenging one. 46 k's is no easy feat, and to cut that in half and just take in the Panakiri Bluff side of things will be really entertaining, and it will put a whole new dynamic on the race.
I've never spent time here, and the word I've heard from previous competitors is the culture and the landscape and things are all well worth coming up to be involved with, so that's sort of the prime attraction for me.
Rich is always going to be strong regardless of the course, and to have Dougal Allan coming back here is going to be a real dynamic that we haven't seen here before as well.
I guess, having won each time here, well, it doesn't really count for anything now. It's, I think it got the potential to be quite a tough race for me this year with Dougal here as well, and I think Trev's still a little bit broken from some of his adventure racing, but if he has a good day, especially the first day, will suit him a lot, and mind you, the second day now as well will probably suit him pretty well as well. But
Rich is definitely a beatable guy. He's just makes it very difficult for us. It's he's had a great few years here, and last year it did go close. I had a great first day, but my ability to recover let me down on the second day.
I think now you'll see racing from the gun, and you'll see the top individuals. You'll see people you'll see strengths and weaknesses come out a lot more, because people will be able to actually race to their strengths rather than just trying to keep everything in reserve for that run.
I'm really anticipating a fast and exciting sort of unfolding tomorrow.
It's interesting to be back here this year because the course is a little bit different. We are not doing a long run like a couple of times before what I have been here. Now it's just half of the distance, which is still about 20k, and it's quite a rough run, so it's always exciting. But yeah, it's good to be back.
Lighthouse 2012 I think will be fantastic with the new changes, and I think we'll maybe hopefully see a little bit closer competition with the shorter stages.
Got back from China recently and just sort of got a bit of a bug for this multi-sport thing, so I thought, oh, this race is coming up, come give it a go. And the fact that it's Lake Waikaremoana, I've used to live in Gisborne, but I'd never actually been to Lake Waikaremoana, so that's just a real incentive to come, really.
New course seems quite exciting to me. Don't have to run quite so far, so I'm pretty happy about that, and more paddling, so obviously that's a bit of an advantage.
So it's always a little bit exciting when you sort of think that, well, can you win again? But you just cannot really think about it, so you just have to go for it and just do your best and see what happens.
Obviously Elina's got her 100% record for this race. I've never raced Elina before, so that's actually quite fun to come out and to give this a go. And yeah, I have no idea how it will go because I don't really know much about her strengths and weaknesses at all.
I see that all the best multi-sport girls are pretty much around.
Elina Ussher is the favourite, and I think she'll be very hard to beat. And we have Louise Mark, who is a good paddler, Jess Simson, who is one of the most incredible runners I've seen, and Rachel Cashin, also incredible strong in the kayak.
Hosting the world's best means the world's biggest appetite, and the food here is delicious, served with a good portion of entertainment. Race director Chris Joblin provides competitors with a warm welcome.
On behalf of the Wairau Community Development Trust, welcome everyone to the 2012 Genesis Energy Lake Waikaremoana Challenge. We're running the whole event here at 2i, and we're doing that for a bunch of reasons, partly economically and partly because we get such a great reception and have a great relationship with the people up here.
Today, the Genesis Energy Lake Waikaremoana Challenge includes a 28-kilometre mountain bike ride from Tuai to the Mulkau transition, an 18-kilometre kayak to Korokoro Landing at the back of the lake, and then a 20-kilometre run over the backbone of the Panakiri Range to a height of 1,200 metres before a short downhill ride from Waikaremoana back to Tuai.
In which case we will bring you back to Mokau.
Just a bit of a kind of a kick start to the coast-to-coast training, I guess. Just go out and blast it for a couple of days and see if we hold up, see if the weather holds up. We'll like it, yeah.
We've got myself on the mountain bike, then Dan Bush in the kayak, and Shoss Corporal running. So yeah, it should be a good day. We're looking forward to it, and yeah, nice to be part of a team, not stressing out as an individual, I guess. So that's a pretty exciting day. The main competition is going to be Raywin, Mike Walker, and the kayak runners Phil Costley. So yeah, that should be a good day, and there'll be heaps of others.
The weather is there's a bit of a breeze, but it's westerly, which is really good for the paddle. In fact, it's glassy right now. So
3 minutes away from kick-off.
Right here in Tuai is the best lineup of multi-sport athletes in the world, and they're good. A few years back, Richard Ussher's foray into Ironman had him holding the fastest time ever for a New Zealand athlete, 8 hours and 2 minutes.
Richard, no pressure. Pun intended.
Defending champ Elina Ussher has a problem, and husband Rich is attending to her tyre.
Okay, we're going at 10. No, you're okay. 3, 2, 1, go. Have a great day.
They're off for 2012 as the peloton snakes off out of Tuai, up the Genesis pipeline track to the lake. But there's drama. Back here on the start, Rich the gentleman is busy away attending to Elina's wheel. We can confirm Chris Joblin has generously given them a time credit for the time lost. The race leaders leave Tuai. Expect attacks on the climb and a small group to form by the time they reach Lake Waikaremoana. From there it will be very hard for anyone to catch that bunch, so it's all or nothing here on the climb. Down by over 2 minutes at the start, Elina Ussher is making inroads to the front of the women's field. She's closing in on Rachel Cashin and Sia Svensson. Raewyn Morrison has cycle obsession in the top 5 teams, while outright individual women's leader looks to be Jess Simson from Wanaka. Simpson is known for her endurance running, but is new to multisport. Whakatane Olympian Karen Hanlon of Bush Racing is the leading woman in the race. The coast-to-coast champion is well on the road to recovering the lead. He's now placed 4th individual and not even at the top of the first climb to Lake Waikaremoana. And here is his next victim, Trevor Voyce, reigning adventure race world champion. Voyce and Ussher have reached Lake Waikaremoana and are now working together. Check out the backdrop of the Panakiri Range, which promises to cruelly test the athlete's legs in this afternoon's run. Now here's a surprise, Luke Osborne, who's only really just emerged in the multisport scene. Earlier in the year he placed 6th at the 3D Australasian Championships in Rotorua. This is a step up for Osborne, 2nd individual overall. We are with the leaders, and it's Mark Leishman of Cabin Racing joined by individual race leader Dougal Allan of Wanaka. At this pace, the other individuals are going to have little chance of catching up. The leaders are near the end of the 28-kilometre ride and drop down into the Mokau Kayak transition. 1 hour and 6 minutes after leaving Tuai, the leaders make Macau. It's essential for Allan to try and transition quickly to stay on Team Cabin Racing. Andrew Newick's wake. Allan's going to have to dig deep to catch Newick.
Give me a usage.
Yeah, give it a shit, mate.
Yeah, you are.
Luke Osborne has ridden wonderfully in no man's land to hold off the Ussher charge. Ussher's in, 3 minutes behind Waikaremoana Challenge individual men's race leader Dougal Allan. Osborne's transitions slowly and Ussher's come through. It will be a big call for the multisport rookie to hold on to Ussher in the boat.
Go, Lukey. Good stuff, mate.
Andrew Botts within the top 5 individuals through Macau. Trevor Voyce is certainly off-peak today. He said that all his adventure racing this year, including his Team Seagate's World Champs win, has him overcooked at the end of the AR season, which is the start of the New Zealand multi-sport season. Wanaka's Jess Simson is through transition and about to take on her weakest discipline. The question is not will Elina Ussher catch her, but will she get enough of a lead on Simpson to stay away from the running speedster over Panakiri Range. The epicentre of the women's race is at the Macau transition, with Elina Ussher, Rachel Cashin and Louise Mark all in and about to set off on the 18-kilometre kayak to Korokoro Landing.
Your arms up, it's all right.
I still have something in my pocket,
Right, bye.
That's it. Come, girl.
Mark has moved up on Cashin, with Elina Ussher keeping them both in sight, while rookie Jess Simson is holding the overall women's lead. Olympian and multiple national surf ski champion Mike Walker is working hard to catch the leaders. Walker has a problem. I'd say it's a rudder problem. These surf skis can easily bend the rudder up into the ski if you knock it in transition or on a rock in the shallows. Trevor Voyce is holding a good pace. Let's see if he can pull together a good run on those adventure racing legs. Andrew Bott has caught Luke Osborne and they've settled on working together as they paddle down Lake Waikaremoana in the middle of Te Urewera National Park. Dan Bush from Team Bush is second in the teams. The pristine lake will be a big change from the Nelson Sea for the South Island ski champion. This is the man we've been searching for, defending champion Richard Ussher. He's picked off a few places since leaving the Macau transition and is closing on leader Dougal Allan. Here are the 2012 Genesis Energy Lake Waikaremoana Challenge leaders, with Dougal Allan leading with Team Cabin Racing's Andrew Newick sitting on Allan's wash. Allan and Newick only have a few hundred metres on the chasing kayakers at the end of the 18-kilometre kayak to Korokoro Landing. It's Cabin Racing's Andrew Newick that makes first landfall. He's covered the 18 kilometres in 1 hour 23 minutes. Individual leader Dougal Allan is second. Nelsonians Dan Bush of Bush Racing and Richard Ussher land together. Ussher can now see Allan ahead, always a psychological boost. Korokoro Landing is midpoint around the lake and a great place for boaties and trampers alike. As Ussher makes his way into transition, the Genesis Energy Lake Waikaremoana Challenge men's leader Dougal Allan is making his way out, crossing the first swing bridge for the 20-kilometre run. Bush Racing's Sjoers Corporal is the leading team runner. When the terrain gets rough, there's no man who can compete with this mountain goat who's accumulated numerous top wins around the country. 5 times coast-to-coast champion Ussher is also in his element. He'll be hoping he doesn't face the same level of opposition as last year, when Trevor Voyce beat him over the mountain with a blinding run. Talking about Voyce, here he comes into Korokoro with individual Andrew Bott. Voyce hasn't been talking up his performance this year after his hectic adventure racing season with Seagate and some of the sting taken out of those world champion legs. The Panakiri Bluff run will see how much truth there is in that. Bott's got Phil Costley of Team Cycle Obsession, one of our most decorated national running champions, on his tail. There goes one of the top veterans, Gordon Townsend. We have our first individual woman, and it's Rachel Cashin, which isn't surprising. The Tamaranui veterinarian trains on the Whanganui River, the same hometown river as 2004 Olympic silver medalist Ben Fui. Also, Cashin has in the past been coached by Gordon Walker, the 3 times coast-to-coast winner, and now coach to London gold medalist Lisa Carrington. Louise Mark is our second individual woman. Defending champion Elina Ussher is third. Our leaders Cashin and Mark are on to the run. Expect the top women to reshuffle over Panakiri. Elina Ussher is unbeaten over the history of Lake Waikaremoana multi-sport racing and will be keen to keep her winning streak alive. Now expect this lady, Jess Simson, to be the biggest mover on the run. With wins at ultra races like the Motatapu, she will storm the mountain range. At its peak, they climb to a height of 1,200 metres with panoramic views across the lake. Sia Svensson is our 4th woman.
Oh, sorry. Thank you. Go get him. Yeah.
I'm waiting for my mate, Mr. Dibble, who's not so sure on the kayak leg, so I don't know how long I will have to wait.
Once you get over the 1200 metre elevation, the trail snakes up and down the knife edge range with panoramic views over Te Urewera. Here is the Panakiri huts. Living up to his GOAT reputation, bush racing's Seals Corporal has hoofed into the lead and will have his team well placed to take out the first day of racing at the Genesis Energy Lake Waikaremoana Challenge. Cycle Obsession's Phil Costley is next. Amazingly, Dougal Allan has managed to hold on to the individual men's lead, but does he have enough time up his sleeve to hold it with Ussher's time credit from the late start? Followed by Trevor Voyce and from Team Souvenir Outlet, Cameron Zerno. It's not all downhill to the mountain bike. This is just one of the many roller coaster stages over the top.
How far we got to go?
At the mountain bike transition at the Lakehead, our leaders are through with the bib being handed over to Mark Leishman from Cabin Racing. Phil Costley is next and about to hand over to Raywin Morrison. Off the bluff leading the women is Elina Ussher. She's keen to know where Jess Simson is, but we don't know. She hasn't passed here as yet. Back at the mountain bike transition, Dougal Allan is still managing to hold on to the race lead, with the downhill to Tuai finish remaining. We are with Allan on this downhill flight. Ussher isn't too far off Allan. A flat tyre on the fast downhill to Tuai could easily see a change of lead, so it's not all decided yet. But back down in Tuai, our day's overall leaders are in. It's Olympian Karen Hanlon racing for Bush Racing, and look at that smoking time, 4 hours 30 minutes and 45 seconds. Mark Leishman, top Xterra Tri competitor from Cabin Racing, is next, just 90 seconds off the lead. We're on board with Dougal Allan, and he's flying.
I guess we got away okay. My leg was probably the slower out of the team, but Dan and Shoss got us into a mean position and got to race Cabin at the end for this first stage, so it was real exciting.
Just went from the gun and had Dougal come with me, so good vibe is the big thing. You know, nice location and good people, and you know, you take the race seriously, but everyone's here enjoying themselves, so it's great.
Cycling Obsession's Raywin Morrison is across the line in third, nearly 15 minutes off the team leaders Bush Racing. Back with individual race leader Dougal Allan. Now watch the clock to see if he has enough on Richard Ussher.
Oh, so today his first day of the race unfolded quite unexpectedly, really. There's a bit of a drama at the start line that meant I got away from Rich to begin with, but that sort of unsettled me a bit because I didn't really know what time splits I'd be looking at, and he could have still been leading on the course, so spent the whole race sort of running scared a wee bit, but that didn't stop me enjoying it. It was a really awesome course, and I'm looking forward to tomorrow.
Here he is himself, Mr. Chris Joblin.
Yeah, so I just found out that I've got the lead after the first day, which is really quite irrelevant, I think, because it's about crossing the line first tomorrow that really counts. And
Trevor Voyce is now off the mountain run. He's not in the lead like 2011, but then again, he's focusing on building up to the 2013 Adventure Racing Worlds. Ussher crosses the line in 4 hours 49 and 13 seconds. That's over 5 minutes he has to make up on Dougal Allan tomorrow if he wants a 100% win record at Waikaremoana. This isn't insurmountable for the multiple world champion. After all, he took back over 20 minutes on Trevor Voyce last year.
Not a great day out there today. I don't think it's going to be a great weekend for me. I'm just feeling pretty flat at the moment. I had a pretty crap ride, pretty crap pedal, pretty crap run, so at least I'm consistent, I guess. But no, we can only look towards tomorrow. And
Cameron Doe, all the way from Copor. Good on you, Cam.
Yeah, no, first time, second multi-sport race. I'm enjoying it. It's pretty hard, but good day at the office, and look forward to tomorrow.
Elina Ussher is off the run in the lead. Let's see how far back Jess Simson is. It's just a few minutes between the lead women. Here we go. Elina Ussher is the lead woman across the line on day one of the Genesis Energy Lake Waikaremoana Challenge.
I just realised just before the start, like 20 seconds before the start, that my front tire was quite flat.
Just 30 seconds separate the women. That's close racing.
Kind of towards the end of the ride, I caught Rachel and Louise, and then we were sort of, I lost some maybe 40 seconds on the paddle, so we passed Jess actually just before, like maybe 2k to go on the paddle. We passed Jess, and after about 6k she sort of passed me, and I just decided to do my own thing because my legs felt super tired, and she was looking good. And then I have no idea. I don't know what's happened. I don't know if I passed her, but I just finished the run in front of her somehow. I don't know if she took a wrong turn or something.
Once I got back to the sign.
We understand Jess Simson ran off course, with race director Chris Joblin taking the point the track wasn't marked clearly, adjusting her time, which put Simson in the lead.
So, yeah, pretty stoked with that race. Thought it was really beautiful, and then paddling's definitely my weakness. I always knew it was, and for me, my achievement for the paddle is not tipping, and I didn't tip, and I'm really happy about that. So I was first into the paddle, and by the time I got out of the paddle, I was fourth. So definitely lost quite a bit of time in that paddle, but like I say, tipping would have been more time. And then that's when the fun began. Now I was on my favourite thing, which is the run. I just love mountain running, and I could have even done with a bit more hills and a little bit more crazy stuff out there, but it was really awesome. Just beautiful national park, never been here before, so really spectacular. The downhill mountain bike, well, that was quick. Elina and I were pretty neck and neck and quite exciting. And I just didn't want to axe myself, and didn't, so good times.
I think it might just be smash it on the bike and paddle as hard as possible and survive the run.
Rachel Cashin was leading off the kayak, fourth at the end of day one, and has a tough day ahead tomorrow to get back on the podium.
Oh mate, I've got to go back and walk it just to have a look. But the scenery is mint.
No, I love that run. It was fantastic. Keep your mind busy the whole time.
Yeah, it was a good course. I was just thinking, how have we been able to do the whole thing, like the whole run? I mean, the half was enough today, definitely.
Waikaremoana is a beautiful place to paddle. I think I did the tramp maybe 10 years ago, and each time you come down toward the lake and you're looking at it thinking, man, that'll be a beautiful lake to paddle on. So I'm glad to have finally got back and actually had a paddle on it. So
I think the whole social aspect really, but I enjoy paddling, and I haven't done a lot, but enough to enjoy the paddle out there is awesome. Yeah.
The remoteness of it is what makes it really. You know, it's really untouched and a real special place in New Zealand, I reckon.
All that sits between now and day two is this evening's food and festivities, plus a good dose of sleep.